CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's get right to your weekend forecast.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Get ready for a major cool down. We are tracking chilly weather heading into the first full weekend of 2025. How cold are we talking, Ivan?
Well, we're going to be in the 50s, I think, for the weekend, so not bad at all. And then eventually we'll get some cooler temperatures by the time we get into next week. Quiet on Radar Network right now. We're doing good here. As far as the temperatures, we're in the mid-70s right now. Low relative humidity, nice and comfortable kickoff to what will be a fine weekend. Just, you know, you have to bundle up in the morning hours, and then the afternoon will warm up from 50s to 70s. 60s right now across the Panhandle, and got that cold air that's diving in across the eastern U.S. Eventually, we do get a secondary cold front after the mild weather today. Both weekend days, I think, for Saturday and Sunday mornings, we'll have temperatures below average, and then by the afternoon, we should manage the low to middle 70s. So milder conditions for Sunday afternoon, particularly, I think mid to upper 70s, so a little bit warmer for us. And then the big cold front comes in for the middle part of next week, and that's the one that will likely bring us the coolest temperatures so far of the season. We're looking at 40s for overnight lows and high temperatures only into the 60s, so that's going to be a big change for us as we head into next week. Forecast for tonight, as far as the temperatures, overnight lows into the upper 40s to lower 50s. So again, you wake up early enough, it is going to be chilly. So just keep in mind, we're going to jump a good 20 degrees from these numbers. So a layered kind of day once again as we head into Key Biscayne, 54 there, Miami Beach in the mid 50s as well. And we'll be cooler inland areas. Wouldn't be surprised to get some upper 40s through the overnight hours into the early part of tomorrow with highs. Then eventually from the 50s back into the lower 70s. Forecast then for tomorrow. No rain, by the way, in the next few days. These cold fronts that are coming through are going to come in dry, quiet, but they will be bringing in some much chillier temperatures over the next 7 days. You see the numbers here in the 50s as we head through tonight. That's mid 50s, upper 50s for Sunday morning with highs back into the mid 70s. Some of us could be around 76, 77. And that warming trend, it will be short-lived, but it will continue into Monday. Southwest wind ahead of the next front comes in, and that's going to get temperatures up to about 80 degrees. Front will be moving through quietly. Again, no rain chances with it, but look what it does to the temperatures. That's the stronger front, obviously, of the next view. We go from 80 to temperatures in the upper 60s here for Tuesday, and then there are the 40s coming up. We haven't seen that in a couple of years here, so it's going to be cold stuff for Wednesday and next Thursday. Waking up in the upper 40s, only ending up with temperatures in the upper 60s in the afternoon.
Developing now, an Olympic athlete arrested in Miami Beach just after a confrontation with police. Police say it all started when Fred Curley was concerned about his vehicle. It was parked in an area of a police investigation on 9th Street late last night. Police say Curley became aggressive and exchanged words with officers. They say they got into a fight and police wrestled him to the ground and subdued him with a stun gun. He's facing charges of battery of a police officer and resisting an officer without violence. During a court appearance this afternoon, the judge didn't find probable cause for a charge of disorderly conduct, and he was released from jail. Fred Curley was a track medalist in 2020 and 2024 in the Summer Olympics. A Davie woman credits her dog for saving her life. It happened as her house was burning down this morning. Sadly, the dog did not make it. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner reports.
Flames ripped through this mobile home in Davie early Friday morning.
The dog woke me up first, and then I heard this crackling sound, and I couldn't figure out what the crackling was. And I'm trying to say, but it sounds like somebody crackling paper. And then all of a sudden what I smelled was the smoke, and I thought there's smoke somewhere. I got up and walked into the kitchen. It was on fire.
Beverly Murphy found her adult son and managed to get out of the mobile home before it was fully engulfed. But her dogs,
I don't think they came out with us. I know the little one didn't. He was on my bed.
The battalion chief confirmed the dogs did not make it out. Neighbors said it was a German Shepherd, American Bulldog, and a smaller terrier.
Makes me think about getting an animal again, you know.
Heartbreak. It's tragic, you know. I'm glad that everybody was safe. It's sad that the dogs didn't make it.
Destiny Tejada took this video from the front of her home just a few down from Murphy's.
They were massive.
Neighbors said they woke up to a loud boom.
So I heard a big boom early in the morning, and I thought it was people messing around with firecrackers.
The official cause of the fire still under investigation.
I'd like to know what happened, how it started.
At one point, a hot spot ignited and fire crews returned to the scene.
That was Morgan Reiner reporting. Investigators are trying to figure out how that fire started. Two of the prominent Alexander brothers were back in federal court today. Orrin and Alon Alexander facing multiple rape and sex trafficking charges. The judge denied bond for Alon Alexander and rescheduled the bond hearing for his twin brother Orrin Alexander for Tuesday. Another potential victim filed a lawsuit against the brothers out of Colorado. In that suit, the brothers are accused of raping 2 more women. Now to breaking news on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Mike Johnson has won another term leading the House. He lost the first round of voting. Here's more from Washington.
The new Congress was called to order at noon with an immediate task at hand, electing the Speaker of the House.
The name of the Honorable Mike Johnson.
President-elect Trump endorsed Johnson this week in his fight to keep his job. Conference Chair Lisa McClain made the case for the Louisiana Republican.
He is steadfast in his values of faith, family, and love of this country. He knows our brightest days are still ahead of us, and I do too.
Alford Johnson.
Then came the pivotal vote, and Johnson failed to get a majority. After a brief break, since the initial vote hadn't been officially tallied yet, South Carolina Representative Ralph Norman and Keith Self from Texas were convinced to change their votes.
Mr. Self Johnson.
Bringing Johnson a win.
The Honorable Mike Johnson of the state of Louisiana, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives for the 119th Congress.
No other business could unfold until the Speaker was chosen, with a slim margin of only a couple possible defections to ensure re-election.
Republicans now control both chambers of Congress for the first time since 2019. Donald Trump promises an ambitious list of changes with the help of lawmakers.
We need to unify so that we can move the Trump agenda.
Next week brings the certification of Trump's White House win. Nidia Cavazos, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The FBI and other law enforcement agencies are expressing concern about possible copycat attacks in the wake of the New Orleans attack. President Biden will visit New Orleans on Monday. CBS News Miami's Omar Villafranca has the latest.
In the wake of Wednesday's deadly truck ramming on Bourbon Street, the FBI and other agencies issued an intelligence bulletin overnight warning of possible copycat attacks, writing, "This tactic is likely to remain attractive for aspiring attackers, given vehicles' ease of acquisition and the low skill threshold necessary to conduct an attack."
This was an act of terrorism.
According to federal investigators, Shamsuddin Jabbar posted 5 videos to social media in the hours before the murders, including one claiming that the 42-year-old Army veteran from Texas had joined ISIS prior to the summer.
I'm devastated, honestly. I'm shocked.
Jabbar's younger brother, Abdur Rahim, who requested that we hide his face, says he noticed his brother becoming more outwardly religious, but said he saw nothing to suggest Jabbar was being radicalized.
I think he took a step away from the religion at some point in his life, and then he came back into it.
In New Orleans Friday, a memorial pays tribute to the victims.
She liked to help other people.
Martha Patricia Perez's daughter, Nicole Perez, managed Kimmy's Deli just outside New Orleans and was a loving mother to her 4-year-old son.
She had a lot of dreams. She have a lot of dreams. She can't do it now. She's gone.
Also among the killed, 18-year-old Nakira Cheyenne Dido, who dreamed of becoming a nurse, and another 18-year-old, Kareem Badawi, an engineering student at the University of Alabama. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, New Orleans.
When we come back, my one-on-one with Nikki Glazer, what to expect at Sunday's Golden Globe Awards. Joining us now is Nikki Glazer, acclaimed Emmy-nominated actress and comedian and host of the 82nd Annual Golden Globes. Nikki, thank you so much for being with us today, and congratulations on hosting Hollywood's Party of the Year. So first up, you have previously said that the Golden Globes is one of your favorite nights of television. Why do you love this show, and what makes it so unique?
Well, I think it's the first award show to really kick off the season. It's the first show of the new year. Hollywood's kind of been dormant for a few months at this point. People are coming out of the holidays. People are coming out of plastic surgery treatments, and their faces are now settled down, and we get to see what they look like now that they've been drinking more water and meditating.
You're bringing your humor to the table, so can't go wrong with that. But what do you think is the secret to successfully hosting? And I want to know, are we going to see a roasting Nikki or a toasting Nikki or somewhere in between?
Somewhere in between, because I think to get away with the roasting, I've got to really lube them up a little bit, make them feel comfortable, make them feel at ease, make them feel like, oh, she's on our side, which to be honest with you, I am. I really appreciate their work. I am there to honor them. They are not there to be roasted. That's not what they signed up for. When I do a roast, that's my job. I know what I'm there to do. They know what I'm there to do. This, I'm not going to be as harsh as I am at a roast. People know me as kind of like a dirty comic who kind of tells it like it is, but they don't know that I really like parameters, because when I'm told not to do something, I find a way to still do it, but just get away with it.
And that is what we love about you. So what kind of homework are you doing to prepare?
Just watching everything, studying these shows, trying to just actually really be a fan of it all.
Yes. Well, Nikki, congratulations to you. Best of luck hosting the Golden Globes, and we will be watching.
Thank you so much.
She is so funny. It should be quite a night with Nikki Glazer hosting, and the only place to watch the 82nd annual Golden Globes is right here on CBS Miami. It airs live at 8, followed by CBS News Miami at 11. And that's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a wonderful day.